What it is, you guys, it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Drama Life Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice. Hoping, because you got to hold your breath for justice. To see justice before all face to bleak. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. So, guys, I am coming through today, October the 21st, 2025. So I was just scrolling, girl, trying to find topics to talk about with wrongful convictions because it's like, dang, have I covered everything yet? I have been covering this topic for half my life, more than half my life. I'm 44. And I literally started learning about wrongful convictions at age 20. So I have been studying wrongful convictions for 24 years. It's my niche, like my specialty. So I was scrolling trying to find what else I can talk about. Because sometimes I think some of my videos are like repetitive, but it's like, what else can you do but be repetitive? Because people just are not understanding. So it's like you have to reformulate it some type of way. And maybe you didn't get the right analogy to explain it. So I'm just going to keep on trucking because if people truly understood it, then it would not be so hard to break my husband's story and bring him home. This is a just system, y'all tell me. So, in a just system, it should not be so impossible to get my innocent husband home. So, because collectively, majority believe that we do have this just system, allegedly, they think, therefore, if you were found guilty in this completely just system, you have to be guilty. It is putting all faith into this system, allegedly. The system is broken. Now, there's a debate on that. Is it broken, which would imply it could be fixed? It would imply that it is a mistake, it's some broken areas, but we can work on it. It implies that they would actually be willing to work on the broken system when you say it's broken, right? But girl, every ounce of reform, just the small baby steps of reform, they fight tooth and nail against. So, can you ever get this broken system up and running the way it should so that if a person is convicted, you could have full faith like we already blindly have, allegedly? I don't know why we blindly have this faith, but we do. But we could, in good faith, have that blind faith, which I still wouldn't have blind faith. But, I would feel better about it, existing on its own without overseeing or digging into. But many say it's working the way they designed it to work. And allegedly. But I believe that one. I believe they designed this so, and they had to be geniuses, evil geniuses. You could be a genius and use your genius for good, and you can use it for bad. And a lot of times you think of an evil genius as someone that, girl, but an evil genius most likely is going to look like the perfect, can't do no wrong, on the up and up, just the just. There's really no other word for it. Perfectly just person is they're gonna parade as that person when they're really not that person at all. But they made it so strategic that if you stand off from afar, it's like a mirage. You ever been driving and you see like water in the street? It looks like water in the street. And you get closer. Once you get closer, you can see, oh, wasn't no water there. That's how our justice system allegedly is. It looks from afar like it's actually working and keeping us safe, allegedly. Now, we never ask, why I'm not safe, girl. We don't ask no questions. We think they're doing the best they can, but you can't stop all crime, allegedly. So this is the best system we have. So it's better to have this than to have nothing. Like, I got an old, broken, messed up, I should pull it out and show you, but I'm embarrassed to show y'all this, but a nasty, messed up, broken umbrella, right? It got some, I don't even know what, it's probably some juice that done wasted from forever ago. The little things, when you open it, the metal parts are broken and poking out. It half creeps down. And I can't pull myself to throw it away because I'm in Florida, and Florida be like sunshiny and then it be rain and you be like, where that rain come from, girl? I need my umbrella, right? So that broken umbrella comes in handy sometimes. It sometimes keep me from the rain. It sometimes protects me. But if I ever, now this is side note plugged in, y'all, I show for signs of ADHD, and also I have now, you know how they say OCD is on a spectrum. So on this side is OCD, and then the other side is hoarding. Okay, so I ain't on either side. I'm like towards I'm like almost towards not the hoarding, but I'm a pack rat. I can't pull myself to, now I keep my stuff, my pack rat stuff, I keep it organized. I keep it stacked up nice, but I can't part with things like that. It's a psychological thing. I don't know if it's because I'm an artist or what, but I promise every single item I have has a memory attached to it. And it almost feels like when I discard that discard that object, I'm discarding that memory, right? But if I could ever pull myself to just throw that goddamn thing away and buy, now there's, I'm frugal, so I don't know if I'm going out buying no new umbrellas. I'm going to try to fix it. I'm going to try to repair it. I'm going to get me some duct tape and put on that umbrella, and I'm going to still be trying to use that same old broken umbrella. When I actually could just take umbrella, well, we in inflation, girl. So what's an umbrella? $10, $15? That's a lot, girl. And I got my nice broken umbrella right there in the window that I can use. Okay, if I ever can part ways with it and I buy this new umbrella, it probably can protect me much better than my broken umbrella. And that's what I'm trying to say with this system. I know the reason people don't want to mess with it is because they feel like, now these are the people that have not encountered it. Remember when I was saying it's like a mirage, when you see it off far, it looks like it's keeping you safe. But as you get closer, you realize, oh, that wasn't no water in the road. There's no justice there. The justice is not there. I thought it was when I seen it from afar, but now that I'm closer, I see there's no justice in this, right? And y'all are back further down the road, and I'm trying to tell you, hey, I got up to it. Baby, ain't no justice in there. We need to reform it. allegedly, and y'all be like, y'all, you're just supporting criminals. Like, stop being a victim. Like, come on, just stop committing crimes. Nobody will be wrongfully incarcerated. But that is not the truth. So I understand you don't want to reform it because you don't want to mess with it, because it's the only thing that you have protecting you from the rain. So this broken umbrella, broken system, that's all you have to keep your communities as safe as you possibly can. But if you ever reform the system, right, and had it work the way they already tell you it works this way, but if it actually, you know how there's a difference between practical and hands-on, how it actually works and how you wrote it down to work. Like when I was in cosmetology school, it was so much different from when the teachers were teaching us how to do roller set, because that's all they taught us all day long, roller set. It was a difference when you got that mannequin and you were roller setting. And then it was a bigger difference once you had a human head with heat on it, a living body, and you're roller setting that hair. So roller setting the hair with your actual hands on touching it is different than practically roller setting in your mind, in your imagination, figuring this is how it should work. But then you run into the nuances when you're actually trying to do the action, right? So if we reformed it, it would actually keep you safer than you are now. Because a broken system doesn't work for anybody. I know you say I support the criminals, so it definitely don't work for me. Don't work for my husband, who is innocent, but he's labeled criminal, so you call him a criminal. It doesn't work for society, because in these wrongful convictions, you're taking the good law-abiding citizen out of the society, putting them into prison, allegedly, and you're leaving the actual perpetrator on your street in society. So you're multiplying his criminal activity because you did not cut it off at the root. You gave him a pass to stay out, commit more crimes, allegedly. So they're doing that in the community. So that's not safe. And the victim, the person that's been victimized, they are not getting the justice, because the person that victimized them, they think, oh, I'm safe now because the person that did this to me is behind bars. When in all actuality, they can be behind you, because they're not behind bars. It's somebody else that didn't do that to you behind bars. And then as a whole, it breaks the whole, because it's like an ecosystem. Justice is an ecosystem, because we can't do justice like a handful of people. It's everybody has to work together for the justice system to actually work. You need the officers to actually do their complete whole job. No matter how hard it is, you have to follow the rules the way they are. No shortcuts. You have to do things due process. That's the whole purpose in having due process, is so that you can ensure that you're getting the right person. And all the way up, I'm about to run out of time, but this was actually brought on because I was looking up the legal threshold to being convicted, and it's supposed to be beyond a reasonable doubt that someone believes it had to be you, beyond a reasonable doubt, so that it can almost ensure that innocent people would not fall into the injustice / justice system. But most of these are not beyond a reasonable doubt. Because if you peel the cases open, unseal them, like I said, the cases are rushed through and then you're Ziploc sealed and you're packed in the freezer. And it never opens again unless you get newly discovered evidence or some miraculous or Innocence Project took your case, which is very hard, but they do take cases, but they're overwhelmed, overpacked, and they cannot take everyone's case.